Well, good morning, everybody. We are here finally after a year, and well, it certainly feels like a year. Obviously, we came off the back of our last one at October at Barcelona. Euroformula Open is back in 2023, and you join us here at Portimao here in Portugal. A fantastic circuit that, of course, in recent years, in its youth, has already laid claim as one of the greatest circuits in the world, housing the Algarve Grand Prix, of course, featured by the Formula One Championship. And now we're running single-seaters around here too. Obviously here in the face, that is, of course, the Euroformula Open car, the Dallara 320 chassis, once again featuring here in this illustrious championship. Great to see them back yet again after a fantastic ending to last season, but now we start again. A brand new chapter in what has to be said. We're looking forward to seeing who comes out on top in this case, with some changes made in the recent months, moving from the Michelin tyre to now the Hankook tyre featuring as the official partner of this championship. Great to see the cars back out and about, obviously under the blistening and glistening sun and the high temperatures that we're currently experiencing here at this circuit, as we now see the NV racing car belonging to Paolo Brajnik here, debuting here in the Euroformula Open Championship. We've got some new faces and obviously some new names to bring you folks. That currently the only driver that is still here from last season, or the only two drivers that are still here from last season, is that, of course, of Vladimir Netashil and also Francesco Simonazzi, who would, of course, take his very first win of his career here in Euroformula. And that would be at Red Bull Ring, much to his delight. And we can all remember him screaming in the Parc Fermé right on the gate. He could not believe he had done it, but a penalty at the late moment gave him the victory. But I'm sure he's going to look for greater things this season. Also, as you can see on our screens as well, we've got Enzo Trulli joining the grid. Of course, part of that illustrious Trulli family. Jarno Trulli, of course, a Formula One driver, and now his son Enzo, fresh off the back of competing in Formula 3 last year, is now jumping across to Euroformula. Great to have him as part of this championship as well. We look forward to seeing what he can put in motion as we go racing here at Portimao. My name is, of course, if you've just joined us, my name is George Morgan, and joining me, alongside me, the illustrious, the brilliant Chris Stevens. How are you doing, Chris?
Doing great, George. I mean, man, what I wouldn't give to be out in a single-seater on a track like Portimao, and especially these Dallara 320 chassis, which are just superb machines. Less than 600 kilos, of course, powered by that 2-litre inline 4, 240 brake horsepower. It's a good bit of kit, and this F3 level championship that, of course, has had a great number of very successful drivers come through its ranks. Not least, of course, reigning champion Olli Goethe, who's doing very well in the FIA Formula 3 Championship at the moment, along with Christian Mantle, who also competed last year. And of course, you've got Felipe Drugovich, won this championship in 2019, now Formula 2 champion.
Holds the all-time wins record here of this championship.
Exactly. As well. And, well, the man very close to him in that is Yi Yifei,
yes,
who won the championship in 2020 and is this weekend making his hypercar debut at the WEX Spa 6 Hours. So there's a raft of talent that has come through this championship, and we're about to see some more.
Yeah, well, I think certainly off the back of Olli Goethe's first weekend at Bahrain in Formula 3, I think it's fair to say that the Dallara 320 chassis on offer by Euroformula was the perfect, I think, breeding ground for him to do so well. Of course, we've seen many drivers past and present, as now Simonazzi locks up, heading through the next right.
Oh,
a little tail happy, but nevertheless recovering the damage that, of course, was done as he now whips his way down towards Tora Vip. Currently setting the fastest time, purple, lap 1:43.45. He's currently on top of the standings, obviously, but we will expect these times to come tumbling down at this stage.
Yeah, so he's gone for a push straight out of the back, which is interesting because no one else has got within 4 seconds of his benchmark lap time just yet. So everybody else taking a little bit longer to get up to speed, but Francesco Simonazzi, as he got very tail happy coming up the hill and just kissed the gravel a little bit there, but kept forward momentum enough. So he's really pushing.
Yeah, familiar blue helmets that we, of course, saw a little bit of last season as well, as he now makes his way. Lovely panoramic view here by use of our over sky cameras. Of course, there is the one, the only Vladimir Netashil in the effective racing car, getting set to go out as well. Just some last-minute adjustments made to the car, some last-minute fixings to be added before he makes his way out onto the track. Great to see Vladimir Netashil back with us, of course. Very colourful helmet too, as now we're witnessing Jakob Bergmeister also make his way through the circuit as well, here on his Euroformula debut.
Yeah, so we were talking about second-generation talent in the form of Enzo Trilli. This is third-generation talent for Jakob Bergmeister, who you may be familiar with his uncle Jörg, who of course is a Porsche Works driver for many, many years and a multiple Le Mans class winner, but his father Tim, also a champion in GT and sports car racing, and his grandfather Willy famously trained a young Michael Schumacher as an apprentice at his VW workshop in the late 80s.
How about that, folks? How about that indeed? Jakob Bergmeister now towards the line. Of course, he's now venturing through turn 1 and 2. Another little lock-up heading through that right. It can be quite heavy on the brakes. And then you venture through this very slalom section out of Lagos, turning down the straight then to Tora Vip. As we now watch them, you can just hear a squeal there in the background. I just heard that as now Simonazzi instantly goes purple in that first sector already. Truly not far away though. He's gone in, well, City improved in the first sector as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So Enzo Trilli here, let's see what he's got. Of course, returning to the championship. He came to Euroformula Open during his first season, or was Simonazzi again pushing the limits of adhesion around the various hill corners here. But yeah, just finish that point about Trilli. He came to Euroformula Open in his first season of single-seater racing, having just won the UAE F4 championship, and now back after a season in the FIA Formula 3 championship. Now, I mean, that may sound like he's taking a step back, but kid's still only 18 years old. He's still got plenty of time to prove himself. As Simonazzi comes across the line now, and it was a purple middle sector, but he does not improve overall. Still just under half a second away from the provisional pole sitter, that is Enzo Trilli.
Yep, Simonazzi still in second, Trilli still in first as well. As we now see Simonazzi make his way through the next strike. I tell you, Enzo Trilli fastest in that third sector again, in fact going 8 tenths quicker, 8.5 tenths to be exact, and has in fact even found more time, 38.614 to his name now, so a 38.614 to beat, and that certainly places a marker for the likes of Francesco Simonazzi and Jakob Bergmeister. Kian Shields now goes second fastest as well, and just over 4 tenths of a second away from Trilli, who still holds on to top spot. But Simonazzi off the last season, I spoke to him quite a lot, obviously at the start of the season and the campaign when we went racing in 2022. He, of course, was experiencing, I think, a little bit of difficulty at the start of the season. We see Enzo Trilli once again going quicker, plus 3.5 tenths of a second. Really, really rapid improvement here as we now see him make his way through the next right-hander as well. I think that was Jarno Trulli as well in the garage represented this weekend. Yeah,
now Trulli just getting all four wheels just over the white line. I know they're very, very peculiar about the track limits in the GT Sport Championships, but still nearly 4 tenths up now as he comes through the middle sector. So it's do or die in the remaining third of the lap. Comes into turn 13 now, keeps it neat and tidy. Ooh, did he just have all four wheels within the confines of the racetrack? Certainly it was very, very tight, but he's going to drive towards the line now around that final corner. Barreling down, it is like a roller coaster, as we were saying in the earlier qualifying sessions, although he's really backed out of it. He's bailed on the lap. So maybe he knew that he's done a track limit somewhere.
But very likely coming straight into the pits, and here is the Japanese superstar Juju Noda, who has come in, obviously competed in the likes of W Series, and has really sparked a high demand for female drivers in racing, and the Euroformula has certainly pushed for that. This is our 10th female driver here in the series, and Juju Noda, who's now going to look to add her name to the timing sheets, currently sitting in P5, but showing improvements here in the first and second sector, as she now makes her way down the straight now. Is this going to be a super lap from Juju Noda, an improvement?